goddamn come around and make me a little outline. You know what I'm saying? Show you niggas what the fuck I see. Ante up. Yeah, we gonna ante up on these niggas. This AI shit. This AI shit, we gonna ante up on this AI shit, bro. So you gotta ante back up on these niggas. So they did too much. And I got to be talking with this. I might have too many motherfucking screenshots to go back far enough. Yes, Peru has a significant Japanese bloodline. I think that the M55 shit, it is home to the second largest Japanese population in South America after Brazil. You mean to tell me the Japanese got a bloodline in Peru that's second to the motherfucking Brazilians? We gonna ante up. I knew. We gonna ante up on their ass. We gonna watch this AINANI shit. We gonna watch this AI shit. I'm thinking Elon Musk behind this shit, man. He jobs behind all this shit. I'm just goddamn coming to make my outline. For real. The community known as Nikia began with a major wave of contract laborers arriving in 1899. Today, okay, that's when they came, okay. Roughly 160,000 people in Peru have Japanese ancestry. These chopsticks had what they breeding as fuck. This why they hide the Anayan Strait. The Ana. Anytime you see that A-N-I, we gonna goddamn focus in on it. Any words that look alike, we gonna focus in on that shit. The Anayan Strait. I showed y'all the other day that them goddamn I knew people. That niggas, them black niggas be out about, I got black in me, I come from Japan, I'm Joe Mon and all that shit. Nah, the closest land to the west, South America is one from there. I asked that for a reason. I'm always ask that. Cause I wanna know where that land that all that cocaine was on, where they saying ain't no motherfucking land over there, now it's complete. That's how they came and got that Peruvian dope dog. I'll show y'all this shit. Excuse me. So going in the direction. I try to see what it's some kind of way they swapped East and West. I'm gonna figure out how they did that shit. That's probably how they did it. Turned the map upside down right there. But anyway, it's South shit. Anyway, I'm gonna figure that shit out. The theory connecting the Ainu people, indigenous to Japan, the ancient West Asian or European beings as such as the Sema or people of the Volga region is largely based on outdated 19th century physical anthropology. You see how these niggas trying to get rid of phenotypes. They might as well say that shit we've been talking about phenotype. They trying to get rid of phenotypes. Niggas too close on their ass. But then they don't have to get rid of the goddamn structure of skulls. I know the skull and bone ain't gonna goddamn get rid of the size of the eye sockets and all that shit. So we can bring the phenotype right back by bringing the skulls back into play. Can't get rid of phenotypes, nigga. Early researchers noted that the Ainu and more body hair and the distinctive facial hair. My voice gone, fuck that shit. Hold on. Anyway, I'm just thumbing through this shit. Compared to their neighbor leading the Caucasoids hypotheses, however, modern genetics tells a different story. What DNA studies show that Ainu are descendants of indigenous German population of Japan who was isolated for thousands of years. They was isolated on that island in Japan. On that map, when you go past the Strait of Anian, that land that I figured out, I said, what is that land? That's where them bitches was at. And they brought their ass over this bitch. Y'all better watch these jobs, bro. I'm telling y'all some real shit. So this why they goddamn get rid of 9 straight. Get rid of the Eskimo. You can't talk about the Eskimo no more. So if you can't talk about the Eskimo, you can't talk about the North Pole no more. So they supposed to reach the North Pole with the Eskimo. This bitch been behind all this shit. This bitch been behind all this shit. I'm just going through this shit. Yeah. They carry a haplogroup DM55, a lineage found almost exclusively in Japan and parts of Tibet. That's the high areas of goddamn Asia. Not in Northern Europe. All right, the fuck. Okay. So how the fuck this shit end up in South America? Phenotype versus ancestry, physical. That's all right. I'm gonna get to all this shit though. You're likely thinking of catacombs from the San Francisco monastery. I don't know what the fuck I asked that nigga. I knew answers. I was trying to connect the heads to the motherfuckers with them. I was trying to connect the head with the motherfuckers that was building them cathedrals with them bones and all them bones. But there's them Romans though. And they led me out. They led me because they told me some Java boom. It's the same shit. Skulls both of the pancreas. Culture of Peru and certain ancient groups of East Asia practice carnal deformation leading some to suggest and share trans-Pacific ancestry. Both these niggas is up. Java room. Say that go to Java room. This how I got to goddamn roll that corn right on. Often called cloud warriors. The Peruvian culture was noted by early explorers having lighter skin and features that didn't match surrounding tribes, fueling theories now largely debunked by DNA of European or distant maritime origin. If Java room refers to Java, Indonesia, that's just a language. Indonesia, a language bit. There are ancient remains there, like Java, man. But they are hundreds of thousands of years older and not part of the cathedral. I'm trying to see what y'all doing with these skulls and bones and how the fuck them Japs part of the skull and bone shit. See them Japs been on y'all, y'all been working for the yo. Okay. It sounds like you're thinking of Javarum, which is associated with the Chachapaya people of Peru. They are frequently at the center of these theories because they was known as the cloud warriors. Cloud warriors. They was into the sky like that and lived in high altitudes. Stone cities. Stone cities. And the big chief, he stand on top, and that he sits up there because he want to be closer to the souls. The connection people often try to make involve a few specific details. The white Indian legend. Early Spaniards or fucker Spaniard explorers described them as having lighter skin and hair than other groups in the let's see. I knew ancestry. Okay. Wow, how Japan get all up over here? Why did some researchers point out that X and genetic marker try to link ancient South Americas to distant population in Japan or the Middle East? However, most mainstream genetics agree that the ancient migration across the land bridge between the Bering Strait. But they talking about the Nile Strait, but the Nile Strait of myth. Why the Nile Strait of myth? Because they trying to hide with these I knew people that did, bro. That's how you do the plug. The plug got to be protected. We was the plug, now they the plug. They took everything you had already going on. See, they started this flag shit. Down with the flag, walk, start grouping up with this flag shit, represent that flag. They got the oldest flag. How Japan got the oldest flag? Then that shit was made of silk. Yeah, y'all niggas love the room on that silk. Y'all know what's going on. Look at that. Yes, there have been Japanese members. Notable example of Sidney Catlin, Patrick's class of 1880, who served as the bishop of Kyoto, Japan. So they members of the Skull and Bone and all that shit. They would ask Japanese Skull and Bone members. Huh? And they also was part of the Axis powers of Germany and Russia. The two Jews I keep telling y'all about. The Khazarian and Ashkenazi Jews. The Axis powers. Yeah, Japan just so happened to be a part of that shit too on the Axis power. The Axis how they took y'all motherfucking spirituality. How they turned y'all soul into spirits. Well, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. I might stop because my voice gone. Let me just throw through the shot and show you. Axis Mundi. Now this refers to the center of the world. The center. Talking about where they started in the center with that black rock to magnetized and make the compass point this way in the center. Or a connection point between sky and earth, like a sacred mountain or tree. Huh? And then you got Anima Mundi. Huh? That's what all the souls connect to. This one animated, there's one soul that make us move and get around. We already know life in every mineral that is, bro. And the life comes from the sun. We already know this shit. This how they finna flip it. This is why Japan, why this refers to a intrinsic connection or soul that animates all living things in the universe. Axis. Really? Okay. Boom. Look at this. Why this swastika all over them? Look at that. Tibet. Put it up. Tibet, Lebanon, China. But this is our swastika. This the mound builder symbol, man. Go back. I'm just going through this shit. I'm gonna go in on this shit. Look at that. I had to throw that in there. Then I had to throw this in there too. The dragon and the dinosaur. I had to make y'all remember that now. All this shit mythological. But these all gonna make us believe in the dinosaur shit. They can't stop lying. But the dragon tell you his shit mythological. But the dragon gave the dinosaur the power. The northeast. I'm gonna show y'all the connection to these motherfuckers. Phenotype. This phenotype overlaps significantly, typically characterized by olive skin, dark hair. Oh, that one out to them Greeks. I'm gonna let them slide. I was just showing that Greeks and Romans are the same motherfuckers. They the same motherfuckers. See this was the Javavon. You see that? That's how I got led roll the corn. That Javavon. That shit too much alike. The Romans and Greeks learned how to talk from them niggas in Crete. I just told y'all they learned how to talk. They was studying. They ain't learned firsthand. It's the Cretan languages. So why would they go and use this word to Javavon? And I just showed y'all Javavon. I just showed y'all that. And that would lead me down there back to that bloodline to goddamn roll that corn. That word right there. It's always say a word too much like we gotta get on. Yeah, I'm on the air though. Javarum. Look at that. These are the records of Javarum. And search their name, leads the information about Ojabu and people near the which Javarum in their name, Javarium. This is the name for a group of indigenous people in the Amazon basin of Ecuador and Peru. So why them wrong with using that name over there where they building them cathedrals out them bones at? They building cathedrals out of niggas' skulls and goddamn femur bones and shit. Big ass cathedrals. But it led me back down here. And that's just like they talking about, they'll take your bloodline by migration. They'll say everybody migrated out of Europe and try to reverse it and take the bloodline and smother you. You not the indigenous person there, but they'll say they migrated there, but they ain't the indigenous people from them lands. The same thing they doing right here. From Ecuador and Peru. The name Javaru is thought to come from what that shit say, Shar Chicham language, where Exvaru, meaning people, it was viewed pejoratively as savage during the Spanish. Oh, now they savages when the Spanish come. Huh? But they just say these people goddamn were living in stone structures and shit. But they savages when the Spanish come. Spanish don't mean number European. It's Spanish kind of European, Spain, French, all them European countries, all them motherfucking Europeans. All that different ass shit, the same motherfuckers with the fuck shit. I'm gonna buzz this shit up. To the cemetery, this is the most famous location of Nazca among all these mummies. These people already mummified. Fuck Egypt. The oldest mummy found in goddamn South America anyway. Pacao is the oldest mummy found. So y'all goddamn think about mummies, y'all go straight to Egypt. Man, fuck that. We taught them niggas that shit. Look at all them goddamn mummies. It's mummified human remains that have been preserved for centuries due to the dry climate and the rain use of funeral rites. Nazca culture. That's what I'm on. I'm that Nazca play mine. Because that's where that Peruvian flake was at. The mummies of Chichilla Cemetery are associated with the ancient civilization that also created the famous Nazca lines. No shit. And they got mummies and shit already. And we talk the world. But that Jap, he got a brilliant mind. That's why he run this world. That's why he been the leader of technology for our own. He been the leader. Got the oldest flag. Started the fuck shit. But y'all don't see him. The Nine straight. The I knew people. That's them. Jump on. I'm trying to tell you. I'm showing the shit to you. Skull and bone, what I got right now. I'm just talking about goddamn Skull and Bone Cemetery. For some reason, I took that screenshot. That's how I figured out what I got right now. Current scientific archaeology evidence indicate that the original inhabitants of I was trying to show you how they, like Honduras. I'm just trying to show you how me and my son had a conversation. I said, Dr. Sibley, he was in Honduras. He said, Daddy, Honduras, that's in Europe. I said, well, hell no. That's when I first got out of prison. And we said that a whole conversation. We weren't battling. We started looking that shit up. He showed me how he got it. I showed him. I said, man, no motherfucking Hondurans, ain't no motherfucking Europeans. But you look at this. It says scientific archaeology evidence indicates that the original inhabitants of Honduras, such as the Linka and the Chibichan, whatever that shit say, speaking group, did not migrate from Europe. Instead, why you gotta say that, right? Instead, they descended from indigenous North American populations who moved southward from the Bering Land Bridge. What? You mean the Anayan Land Bridge? If the Anayan Land Bridge, it should be a Anayan Land Bridge, because the Anayan Strait is the same thing as the Bering Strait. Why we can't say Anayan? Why they trying to hide that shit? Because they're going to put your finger on them Japs. Don't try to show you. The Anayan Land Bridge, thousands of years before, while European ancestry was introduced later during the Spanish. Oh, they always come through with the Spanish on.
I was wondering where you was reading from.
That's the first lady of Metal Nation talking. You know what I'm talking about? I'm reading from her though.
Mm-hmm.
And it said, y'all, anytime the Spanish come, everything turns savage. That's when the transition take place. With Christopher Colombo them. But we gonna let them have that Colombian flake. We gonna get on this Peruvian flake. Fuck Colombo. I want this Jap. I want to know how this Jap get all my Peruvian flake. That's what the fuck I want to know. I already know. I'm just trying to show y'all the mind of motherfucking unfair. I don't play with these hoes. Now look at this. This is where they give you a hope of God at. When you already know God. Now you that's what they say at the bottom of that shit. In hope of God. That's the Khazarian and the Ashkenazi Jew. Now you represent the eagle. Y'all nigga, they'll kill y'all by this bald eagle. And they don't even like the bitch. That shit really represent that phoenix. And you might as well get that crown to the Jap. You might as well say that's the Axis powers right there. You might as well say that's the Axis power right there. The axis that connected the souls. I just showed you. But I'm going to show you, we already had that belief in it. What I told you about the three-tier. The three-tier cosmology of the mound builders. So that's the axis power in a nutshell right there. If you put that crown, get that crown to a pole to go to Japan. Who crowned? The axis power. Germany, Russia, and who? Japan. I always got their nose in it because they run shit. Why you owe there $1 trillion right now? What that shit say? I typically say, there it is right there. My hope is in God. My hope is in God now, man. My hope, I know God. I ain't hoping I believe I know God. What is it? The double-headed phoenix is a powerful symbol often associated with the rebirth of dual nature, frequently appearing in this is a heraldry and historical flags. While they share visual similarities of the double-headed eagle, I know that real, and specifically represent the ability to rise from the ashes with a renewed, unified perspective. The shit rise from what ashes? Your motherfucking ashes. Your motherfucking ashes. And you can go and look on all their flags. You will see. I got so many flags. I got all the flags out the encyclopedia when I was locked up. I got them in my safe. Them mother, you try to give me disciplinary and everything, fuck with them books. I ripped all the goddamn flags out the encyclopedia in the law library. And most of them bitches got their fingers on. And some of them got the double-headed fingers on. They don't give a fuck about no damn eagle. They give you that shit. They done rose from the destruction on your dumb ass. I mean, on our dumb ass. Let me goddamn insult you though. Now the mound builders of North America viewed the universe as a three-tier cosmos connected by a central axis. Huh? I thought they just said that what the fuck and a moon mean with the axis. They just had this out of Japan and took the shit. We already got this going now. The upper world, the realm of order, like the birds in the sky, such as the thunderbirds, represent stability and the sky. The middle world is where we live at the surface of the earth, of humans, plants, and animals. And that's where the anima, belief of animals, everybody having spirits and souls and shit that's connected to what? Gotta be connected to the sun that they done took from. Your God they done took from it, because that's where the life comes from. Acting as a precarious bridge between the other tiers in the middle. So we in the middle. And the beneath world, a chaotic, watery underworld inhabited by powerful spirits like the underwater panther. And that's where these motherfucker spirits go. They ain't got no melanin. The universe is melanated, man. Dark energy and dark matter is melanated. And they know it. Why you think they call that cancer melanoma when that sun burn their ass up? Because they know it's melanin. They know that black this and that sun is melanated. They know that dark matter is melanated. They know that dark energy is melanated. They ain't gonna tell you that though. But this melanation, and I'm gonna tell you, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, axis mundi. World axis refers to to the center of the world and connection point between sky, earth, like the sacred mountain and tree. Now, where they get it from? Where they get the swastika from? They want to put that swastika around my neck with that six. I already represent that six, and I'm gonna represent that swastika. Baby, I want me a nigga with a swastika on that.
Okay, baby.
You know what I want. First lady, y'all want a goddamn necklace with that swastika on that bitch. And I'm gonna represent that bitch the same way I represent that six. Cause I know it belonged to me. Now why they hide that a nine straight? Oh, let me go. I gotta go find. Hold on. I gotta do something else. Cause I want to hold too many screenshots of this bitch. I gotta go do something else. I gotta go do something else. I gotta make sure y'all hold up. Take me to that goddamn with that screenshot. I gotta go get some. Did it? Yeah, just this right here. The mythological strait of Anai, generally placed much further north than the Troller. I gotta be able to see this now. I want y'all to see that this is the same place now. These the original people, the ones that were missing for how many times? It's 1,000 years, 10,000. Them people that were them I knew people. The same ones that supposed to took the nigga to the North Pole. Then they created the North Pole. Then they throw a line. Now they got to raise it up, make it a ball, and tilt it over back over to their side. Tilt it back over to the east. Try to show some real shit. The mythological, yeah, it just say mythical. It's straight real. In that land where men got the ATL trying to figure out what it was, I woke up and hit that nigga. I said, man, that's Japan, bro. That shit was called geoponents. I said, man, that's Japan, bro. That's when I started ciphering all this shit. Now I come to the cipher. I'm coming to the cipher high. I'm getting high at the cipher. And I'm getting high when I leave the cipher. I come to the cipher to decipher shit. Yeah, that's what I come to do. That's what I be doing, the cipher and this shit. The mythical Strait of Anaya is generally placed much further north than the traditional land of the Ainu people. While the Ainu historically, I told you I'm gonna catch your ass snoring when they finna expose yourself now.
Babe,
All right, she's snoring, y'all.
no, will you stop that?
All right, then. All right, go ahead. I ain't gonna say that. All right, the hour urge. You just gave me evidence now. Now why this? He said, all right. The myth. I gotta go, y'all. Let me get the reading as I go. The mythical Strait of Anaya is generally placed much further north than the traditional lands of the Ainu people. While the Ainu historically inhabited Kakadu, wherever the fuck that is, and Curie Islands, and I don't know what that is neither. Like I said, I can't see my thing always said 16th century cartographers usually depicted the Strait of Anaya separating from the North American near the modern day Bering Strait. Huh? It's the same strait, I'm trying to tell you how it is. However, because early maps were often speculative, some versions placed the strait as far south as the 45th and 50th parallel, which will overlap with, and that person right there got me fucked up, I can't see. Overlap, but it's saying overlap with the land of the territory of the Ainu territory. With the people, yeah, that's what it's saying. I hope y'all can see that out there. Because that's what the fuck they say. It said overlap with it said of the Ainu territory. Because that's what the fuck it is. This what the fuck they had. Japan been hiding. If they the leaders of technology, why the fuck we in debt to Japan for bombing? Why the fuck we in debt to China for bombing Japan? They in cahoots. China, they got them babies there. They use them. You see China finna go. Why the fuck? This shit crazy. Why the fuck? This shit crazy. Japan got there run this shit. They hiding their hand, bro. I ain't lost my train of thought for real, but they hiding their hand. How the fuck with they babies? Why the fuck we in $1 trillion of debt to these hoes? How they run the world? How the fuck do they have all this space shit? They come out with the first space movies, dragons, and then they sell the technology. I remember I told y'all they came back from the poles with all the new technology. They going to the poles, to the so-called North Pole. They going to the pole and coming back with new technology. They've been leading in technology forever. My Fosito, Mahashi, Chitachi, Tuchiba, Kukijiji, all that shit. Canon 35 million, they been leading the technology forever. So nigga buying it from them. So they bought the green screen from them. They buy their rocket engine from them. They buy their launching system from them. They buy all this shit from these Mongolians. So why the fuck they didn't take their ass to the moon? Why the fuck did Japan or China or them goddamn Korean, why the fuck they ain't just take their ass to the moon? But you gonna buy their rocket systems, buy their engines, and they gonna let your dumb ass use their green screens and act like you going, so you the one look stupid and you never see their ass. The fuck? If you buying rocket engines and shit, I ought to go get them screenshots. Now I got the screenshot. If you buying rocket engines and shit from China, launching system from China, why the fuck they just ain't launch their own ass up there and go to the moon? Because they already know you can't go. They're going to let you make a fool out yourself, and you still got everything you do. You got to come back and see them, get permission to run whatever script that you want to run, and they better be very well respected in every script you run. You can look at the TV. Soon you see them goddamn foreigners coming out, them Orientals coming that bitch with their motherfucking little cameras, you know, and so much respect go out to them. Everybody buying the heads and all that old bitch ass shit. These motherfuckers done took our God, put them on the goddamn flag and got them bleeding to the goddamn rising sun. Then they took our cosmology and made it an axis that runs through a goddamn ball of water that's supposed to be running through the center. We already animistic. Animistic. We already got a three-tier system. They're trying to three-tier system into some shit called animistic. So the whole world buying down to these old. For real. But I'm going to do this on. Y'all goddamn go serve on the unfed folk. Because that's my melanation channel. I'm going to bust this shit up real good over there. So, with that being said, the truth don't need no help. That shit ain't going to be in break a fold. And I'm finna get on this crab salad my baby made, because that shit good as fuck. Watch out, wake her head up. Babe. I ain't gonna wake up. I said, boom. Man, these goddamn jobs around the world. And I told y'all when I first came into this community, you understand me? Follow the money. That's why I stay ahead of these bitches. Follow the money. All we gotta do is support the truth. Stand up behind the truth. And the bloodline, nigga, melanation 3GD can make it do what it do. Yeah. Y'all be blessed out there, bitch. I said, Bill. I'm better right there, bitch.